Hi, this is ETF.com's Exchange Traded Fridays podcast, a weekly podcast covering developments in the ETF industry. My name is Sumit Roy, and I'm Senior ETF Analyst for ETF.com. This week, I'm talking with Nicole Hunter, who is the head of ETF Capital Markets for Dimensional Fund Advisors, an issuer with 30 actively managed ETFs, with more than $85 billion in combined assets under management. Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nicole, it's great to have you on, especially on the heels of the ETF.com awards last week. What do you think of the event?
Oh man, I look forward to this awards event every year. This year in particular, as it was really nice to see everyone in person. The industry is relatively young, so it's pretty incredible to be in a room that represents the strong adoptions of ETFs across client types and to really celebrate investment solutions serving client needs.
That's great to hear. And of course, Dimensional was awarded the ETF Issuer of the Year, which is well-deserved. How does it feel to win that award?
It's really an honor, and it represents the strong relationship and partnership we have with our clients here at Dimensional. If you think about it, it was only 2.5 years ago that we started this journey into ETFs. And now we have over 85 billion assets under management. And just this year to date, 10 billion of net flows. It was a busy last year. We listed 17 products last year alone of our 30. I got to tell you, I've been in the industry for 20 years. And this partnership that Dimensional has with clients is really something special and very unique, something I haven't seen before. And it's, like I said, it's been a great honor. And the flows that I mentioned, they're coming from those existing clients in those partnerships, but we're also starting to see a lot of new clients coming to Dimensional, really celebrating our approach to markets.
Yeah, super impressive. 2.5 years ago, you guys entered the ETF space, now $85 billion in assets under management. A lot of people might not know this, but you're actually the #1 active ETF issuer by assets under management. Like I said, $85 billion. And that's out of a total of $400 billion in active ETFs broadly. So you manage more than 20% of all active ETF AUM. So I got to ask you, how have you managed to be so successful with active ETFs? And how big do you think this space can get, considering active is still only around 5 or 6% of total ETF assets?
Yeah, you have to look where the flows are going. And specifically in the active space, investors are really demanding more. And what we've seen, if you look at numbers of what products in the active space are really winning the flows and being adopted by clients, it's systematic active, where Dimensional really shines and innovates in this space. Because look, investors want more. They still want the broad diversification and low cost, but they also want active risk management, something that Dimensional does very well, has a long history of doing, and now offering an ETF structure that's been broadly adopted, and it really meeting those client needs. So I think from our perspective, there's a lot of room to grow. And there's, again, like I said, clients are demanding more.
That's great color. And you mentioned, systematic strategies. Could you maybe talk a little bit more in broad brushstrokes about the types of areas that investors who are interested in active ETFs are gravitating towards?
Sure. So when I think about our lineup of Dimensional's 30 ETFs today, we're seeing strong flows across all 30, actually. We don't have just one product that's driving the success in that partnership with our clients. And what that means is clients are building full asset allocation. We see strong flows into our U.S. equity products, our international, and even into our fixed income suite. It's consistent. And that tells me, clients are building asset allocation, building models to serve, their end client needs. But even from that, and I think about, addition, like those new clients we talked about a bit, an example would be, we've seen a really strong uptick in institutional usage of Dimensional's approach, again, blending the best of active and passive, specifically in our component strategies, something like small value or U.S. equity, high profitability. They really, they really are supportive of Dimensional's approach to markets, our integration of premiums, the way we think about giving them more, like they're asking for.
And you said, Nicole, you launched something like 15 ETFs in 2022, which was half of all ETFs you currently have. What do you think in terms of the future of Dimensional? Do you expect that pace of new launches to continue? And what type of new products can we expect in the future?
Sure. When I think about the 30 products we had and the 17 we listed last year, we had across our 37 were converted mutual funds to ETFs, but the majority are new ETFs. And what made it successful, again, was that partnership. We're very disciplined about bringing product to market. We think about how our clients are building portfolios and constantly evaluating if there's a gap, if they'd like to have something more. And for those that know me know I love to build an ETF. I built many in my career. So we're constantly evaluating that space. But when we do it, it'll be very disciplined. We don't want to be, in the space where we just bring it to market and hope it's adopted. We don't want to make those kinds of headlines. And if you look at our discipline across our other offerings, including our mutual funds, it's something that you see from us. Our products tend to be around over a long period of time. Our survivorship rate is a lot higher than a lot of our peers in the industry. And we're applying that discipline to ETFs.
Well, Nicole, we got to leave it there. It's been awesome seeing the success of Dimensional. Hope it continues. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Listeners, I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find this and all other Exchange Traded Fridays episodes on ETF.com or on any major podcast platform. See you next week.